Hey all, I am Scott McDonald and I am the head of the property team here in the United States for Pegasus Development. And today I happen to be in Detroit with my two assistants. We have Nicholas and Leela. Say hi, Nick and Leela. They are very, very impressed. Back in 1999, my wife and I decided that we wanted to have a couple of investment properties. So really not knowing what I was doing, I went out and just purchased a couple of homes, fixed them up, put some renters in there, and believe it or not, I actually still have both of those homes today. During that process, we had a lot of friends and family come up to us and say, gosh, I've always wanted to have an investment property, but have just never had the time or didn't know what to do or didn't know where to get started. So they asked me if I would help them get their own investment property. And so I did. And then those friends and family told other friends and family, which in turn told other friends and family. And then before I knew it, it actually grew into a full-time business. So now, many years later, in addition to growing our own portfolio of homes, it's really important to note that I continue to buy homes for rentals, for land contracts, or for seller financing all the time. And there is no better time than to be buying than right now, primarily because prices are lower than they have been since I started in the business. But in addition to that, myself and a very large team of people, we have done well over 1,000 homes for not only our friends and family, but for a very large client base located not just over the United States, but quite frankly, all over the world. Several years ago, I was introduced to the team at Pegasus, and one of the main reasons that I decided to join up with the team is that we share a very common belief. And by the way, it's also one of the main reasons that we decided to join forces with Worldwide Property. And that's that client communication and education is key. It really is paramount to a successful relationship. So communication and education is key. The other thing that both Pegasus and I shared, and we also share with Worldwide Property, is that the client comes first. Above everything else, the client's needs have to come first. And so those are some of the main reasons that I decided to join the team at Pegasus, and of course one of the reasons why we are working so closely with Worldwide Property. Now, a little bit ago, I mentioned that it's not just me, that there is a very, very large team here, much more than just Nicholas and Leela. Let's see how they're doing. Well, they are adorable. I have to give them that. But it's a very, very large team that we have, and it's not just here in Detroit. It's in all the cities that we work in. So we do rental homes in Detroit, Memphis, and Florida. There's very, very specific reasons why we're working in these three markets. Today I want to concentrate a little bit on Detroit. One of the best reasons to be buying in Detroit is that it is consistently at the top of the charts for the best buy and hold markets. It really is kind of what one of my clients used to call their bread and butter city. They bought homes in several other cities, in Memphis and Florida as well, but Detroit was really their bread and butter city. Another reason that makes Detroit really, really key, at least in my book, is that it really is a renter's city. Meaning, yes, there are, of course, people who buy homes, but by and large, the vast majority of the population fall into the rental category. More people in Detroit are renters than they are homeowners, at least in the areas that we work in. Of course, it depends area by area, but in the areas that we target, most people there are renters. So when you buy a home as a rental, you want to be sure that there are going to be people there to rent the home. The other reason is that Detroit has a very strong Section 8 rental program. Section 8 is a government-sponsored rental program, so the government will pay all or a portion of the rent, which is really, really ideal when you're looking at long-term rentals. I really could go on and on about why Detroit is a great place to invest, but I would also encourage you to keep an eye out for Memphis and especially Florida. Florida is also a really, really fantastic place to be buying right now. I could go into a lot of reasons, but we want to keep this a little bit short. I know, too late. The last thing I want to talk about, though, is the team. we have a very, very large team of people. Again, it's not just myself and my 2 dogs. It's not just the folks that you're talking to today at Pegasus UK and Worldwide Property. We have a very, very large team of people, from property managers, real estate brokers, real estate agents, banks. Again, we get most of our properties from banks, so we do have great relationships with banks here in the U.S. And of course, we have our renovation crews. We have crews located all across the country that can handle really any issue that might come up. Roofers, plumbers, electricians, general contractors, folks that specialize on the sewers, folks that specialize on basements. We really have everything covered because we've worked with a lot of these teams, quite frankly, very, very steadily for the last decade. So we rarely have to call anybody new. Most of the time we're calling folks that we have a very, very long working relationship with. And property management teams, we do work with 3 or 4 different property management teams in each city, which the guys there can explain why we do that. But the point here is you're not alone. There is a very, very large team. There's several hundred people, if we add everyone up, working to make sure that your investments go as smoothly as possible. And that comes back to the communication, the education, and putting the client's needs first. That you can always pick up the phone and call someone in the UK there, and if they're not sure what the answer is, then over here in the US we can get it handled. So there's many, many layers of people that you can contact for a variety of reasons, which should give you some comfort. So I know you're in great hands there, and I do appreciate your time and attention today. Say goodbye, Nick and Leela. Look at them, they're already sound asleep. Hopefully you're still awake.